Morning from Houston. It's Cassandra Knight with Keller Williams, The Woodlands, and Magnolia. And today I have Tyler with me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So a lot of people may not know Tyler, but I love Tyler. So I actually, you may not even know this, but you're the reason I joined Keller Williams.
I am.
Yeah. You came to Champion School Real Estate while I was there. And I met you, and you talked about Keller Williams, and then I came and I sat in your office, and I really interviewed you guys after I interviewed a couple of other people, and you made me really want to get involved here, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to have you a part of our team.
Yeah.
So, that's why I love my job, is being the team leader of Keller Williams is I get to help craft our story. And our story is something that lives through our agents. Our agents are extremely dynamic, extremely diverse. Being the number one brokerage in the Woodlands area is very rewarding, but also has its challenges.
Absolutely.
We have over 400 agents in our facility, with a staff of 12, an on-site broker, an on-site finance team, an on-site team leader, on-site owner-operators. The staff is here every day, and our number one job is to help you be successful. So hopefully we're meeting that standard so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, y'all do a lot here. Like, there's a lot of classes always going on, and y'all do happy hours all the time, and all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, there's business stuff, too. But there's a lot of fun stuff that y'all do to make the agents really learn and feel at home, so.
Well, at least we're meeting our standards.
Yes.
KW was established on the values of God, family, and business. Whatever an agent believes, whatever their family looks like. The building itself, not KW as a company, but this building represents over 30 countries speaking over 20 languages.
That's awesome.
That's massive. So not only do we have a place for every agent, but every consumer. And that's the story we want to craft, is how can we as the city of Houston, the Woodlands specifically, represent our community? And we do that through our agents. Our agents tell their story. We all have different stories.
Absolutely.
My story is very different than probably anybody's. Being 27 and a team leader of a KW franchise, not many people have done that since Jason Abrams or Gary himself.
Yeah.
So being the youngest person in the room also presents a lot of challenges.
Oh yeah, I get it, 100%. I'm 25, starting my real estate career, and people always say when I walk in, I showed houses yesterday, and they're saying, "Oh, aren't you a little young to be doing real estate?" And I'm like, No, I'm not. Everybody else just got started late. I'm getting started early. And so I get it. Being the youngest in the room can definitely be intimidating sometimes, but also, it brings confidence and power when you have that kind of experience at our age.
100%. Clarity is power. Gary Keller is very common for saying, clarity is your power. But then you have to step back and say, okay, being the youngest person in the room. Have you ever gone to the beach?
Yeah, all the time.
See, I'm a beach boy. I absolutely love going to the beach. It's one of my favorite places on earth. And have you ever stood on kind of that wet sand and the water's coming up to you, that part where you're kind of sinking into the sand? Being the youngest person in the room feels a lot like that. You're sinking, you're sinking, you're sinking. Everything's working against you, and then it gets harder to pull your legs out of that wet sand. Then the tide comes back, and your legs easily lift out. Being at KW, you're not by yourself. That tide, the staff, the people around you, that's that gravitational pull of why people choose KW. Over 40 years later, Keller Williams is still the number one real estate brand. People have asked me, Tyler, you're so young. Why are you working with such an experienced company? And that's the exact reason why. It's an experienced company that has survived shifts, that now has partnerships with Canva, Homes.com. So many other companies want to be a part of the KW franchise because of our people, what we stand for, but also our vision for the future. So yeah, being young, it's going to have its challenges in real estate.
For sure.
Fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, people are going to look at us and say, do they know what they're doing? This is their largest investment they're ever going to make. So as a young agent, you're going to feel like you're sinking into that sand constantly. Every move you make, it's going to feel like it's harder and harder. But at the same time, that tide comes in. That support from the brokerage of KW. You can walk into our facility right here today and get access to support instantly. And that's what's so unique about KW, and that's why I love this company.
So let's talk about you then.
Okay.
What made you come to KW? Where did you start?
Oh, wow.
What was the beginning? What was the very beginning of it all?
So to understand today, we do have to go way back to the beginning.
Okay.
And this is years back. So, buckle up, everybody. So, I grew up in a small town, Central Texas, about 45 minutes north of Austin.
Okay.
So, that's kind of where I grew up. I was a white picket fence type of a neighborhood. That's how I grew up. I graduated high school in 2016. Still a 90s baby. And then I went to college at Tarleton State University. Tried A&M, and I was like, I'm going to get distracted in this city. So as much as I love my Aggies, I had to find something in the A&M system that fit me. And at the time, I didn't know what I wanted to do. We all changed our minds 42,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
We still do. But the unique thing is I wanted to be an ag teacher.
Okay.
So I can do everything from floral design to welding to vet science. I can do it all.
Really?
You would never expect it wearing the loafers and, designer pants today. That was me. I got a certification in it. I'm a certified high school ag teacher. I did that for multiple years at 2 school districts here in the Houston area.
Okay.
Graduated college during COVID. Fun time in life, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was student teaching. I was at Rodeo Houston. We were at the Heifer show. And they came on the system. It was elementary school day. I'll never forget it. And that siren came on and says, the governor of Texas has issued a statewide mandate that the rodeo's closing. And the kids start screaming. Parents are bawling. Kids are crying. Whole thing. And I'm sitting there like, I've been up for 32 hours. And now I have to load all these animals back on the trailer and go back to Schulenburg, Texas at the time. I had an amazing supervisor teacher, Amy Hartman. And I remember calling my professor, David Frazier. Man is still my number one mentor to this day. He is what has made me today. The Tyler that all of y'all get to know and interact with every day is not the Tyler from 5-10 years ago. David Frazier introduced me to work at Tarleton State University, got me to be an ag teacher, but also helped me through a very difficult time in my life. And that's where we come to the end of my teaching career.
Okay.
At the time, life was happening. I was identifying myself, getting into a very serious relationship at the time. And I looked up and I said, what am I doing? At that time, I was 23 years old. And I was like, what do I do? What do I want to do? I'm working 6-7 days a week, 12-hour days. This isn't fun when my friends are off jetting over here, going here, and living their life by design. Quit teaching in the middle of the school year.
You just walked up in there and then you were like, I'm done.
I walked in with my resignation letter to my principal. I said, I will not be returning. Me and a teaching partner at the time. Very, very good friend of mine.
Okay.
And he just looked and goes, at the end of the year. And I said, January 1st. This was like November 30th or so that year. And then I also told him that I was going to be using most of my PTO for December, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I used that month of December, and I was talking with my spouse at the time. And I was like, what do I want to do? 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 He worked in lending. He's like, let's go have coffee with one of my real estate friends and let's go pick her brain. Her name's Brenda. She is an agent over at KW in Kingwood.
Okay.
Love her. Love her. And she just told me about this company. Told me about Keller Williams and Gary Keller and Jason Abrams and everybody. And I interviewed KWs from sea to shining sea. Because I was 23 years old at the time. And I was like, I'm not really tied to anything. I moved to a city during COVID. Sight unseen. Classroom unseen. Never met my coworkers. That was our COVID experience. Then moved up here to the north side of Houston because I didn't want that south side of town. Then left teaching. I had $6,000 to my name at that age, and I realized, okay, I have 90 days to figure this out. Or I have to move back to Central Texas and live with my family, and that was not an option. That was just not going to be a thing. I wasn't going there. So I found Brenda, and still talk to her to this day. Her and David Frazier are two of the reasons that I found KW. And she told me about all this company. And as much as they wanted me to go and join their team, which is the number one team in Kingwood, I believe, I didn't want to make the drive on 99 because I was looking at my finances as a future business owner and saying, 99 is an expensive road at 23 years old. That'd be $9 travel each way or every day times 5 times, okay? And then I had to go show houses. I was like, those toll bills are going to get expensive.
Oh, yeah.
she's like, go look at the KW Woodlands office. This is where I found 2201 Lake Woodlands Drive. And I remember meeting with Jennifer Brown, who's now the director of our coaching program, and we had probably a 2-hour conversation just about life and business, and I connected very quickly with the staff here. Then I met the amazing and fabulous Janice Jones once I joined KW as a brand new baby agent. I didn't know up from down, a contract, nothing. And Janice taught me everything that I could know about real estate, how to run a compliant business. And she goes, you used to work for Tarleton. This is where David Frazier comes back in. I was a recruiter for the university.
Okay.
And she goes, you should apply to be our assistant team leader. And I was like, what? Like, I just paid all this money to get a real estate degree. What do you mean? Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. Interviewed with Tina Brickhouse and Bruce King, and absolutely loved both of them. Fast forward about 3 years, Tina and I have accomplished being black belt team leaders. We have accomplished being black belt gross team leaders, so having over 120 people join us every single year since I took in the role.
That's awesome.
Our company has grown. Our company has had the growing pains. And now we're at the point where we are in business and production only with people that want to run a business, like you. People who want to get up, get dressed, and run a business. That is how KW is designed, is who wants to run a business, who wants to be a profitable business owner. So about a year ago, I stepped into the co-team leader role to work alongside Tina as she steps into working with maps and working with Bruce on our finances and that side of it. So taking on more responsibility at the company led me to here, being in this room with you today. Mm-hmm. It all started with just a simple conversation at Artavia off 242 over the KW model. Mm-hmm. Because still to this day, I haven't found a company that is open book, that is as open door, that is as diverse and agent focused. We're still non-publicly traded as of today, August 2025. Mm-hmm. Still privately held and funded. Our agents have a voice in how we operate here. That's where the beauty of the ALC comes in. That's where the beauty of our model comes in, is the agents get a stake in how we operate. And that's what makes this place so special. Our people, our culture, but the story that we as agents get to write. That's what's so cool about this.
So did you ever actually use your real estate license?
I did. I got licensed through Champions.
Okay.
Shout out to Champions. And
it's the best. Honestly, I swear by that.
The team there is amazing.
The teachers are really good.
They show up. They're here to help you every step of the way.
Yeah.
Got licensed about 20 days.
Okay.
Remember, I had 3 months to figure this out. 90 days.
Oh, yeah.
And that was from, I'm not going to count, we'll say that started on February 1st.
Okay.
So January I got licensed. Valentine's Day, I joined KW. I had 6 transactions in 90 days.
Whoa.
Because of Jennifer Brown and Janice Jones and my mentor David Frazier.
Okay.
Those 3 individuals allowed me to realize I could be a business owner. That's where Tina and Bruce came in. And they said, we've kind of picked up this real estate thing. How's that going? Mm-hmm. And that's where we started having a conversation about me moving into leadership here, helping our new agents grow their business, helping the company expand our vision, and kind of helping take over some of the operations here at the company. So I was an active agent. Learned a lot through that. Mm-hmm. I was not the world's best agent. I was never a mega agent. I could never be the Diane Kink, the Haley Garcia, or the Scott Laird. I wasn't them. I'm not going to try to be. Mm-hmm. But I will surround myself with the most knowledgeable people in the room to help grow our company. Because I know that I'm just one person. One person is not a vision that can represent a company of this size.
Absolutely.
It takes multiple visions, multiple opinions, multiple rewrites on each and every single day. There's been many times where we've written a team meeting out, a business meeting that we teach every other week, and it could be the day before, and I will throw away the entire conversation and script, and we will rewrite it. Just because, is that the value of the moment that we need? Mm-hmm. Is it about AI? Is it about evolving technology? Is it about just what the agent's experiencing? You know, life has great times. Life has low times. Business has great times. Business has low times. One of my favorite things is kind of a conversation that Tyler Perry, Medea, has always said is people are always going to talk. But it's how you react is what matters. It's what you respond to is what matters. People are going to talk all the time of, are you too young to be doing this? Yeah. What is he talking about in the team meeting? Why are we doing that? But it's how you react of, I just got that early start. In just a few years, I'm going to be well ahead of everybody else.
Absolutely.
So being the youngest person in the room has its advantages, leaps and bounds.
Oh, yeah.
Beyond what you would expect.
Well, you see these agents, they got in when they were, 40, 50, and they're doing great now, and they're older. Well, I'm going to be where they are, hopefully.
By the time you're in 30s.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Then when you're 30, look at where you're going to be when you're 40. When you're 40, where you're going to be in 50.
Yep.
Are you going to build that life by design? Whether it's you bought your first house, is that going to be an investment? Are you going to flip it? What is your plan to then now build generational wealth?
Absolutely.
Wealth is something that not many of us come into. I didn't have a wealthy family. Mm-hmm. My dad worked for the government, very government-based salary. Nothing was fancy. My mom was a bookkeeper, worked out of the house, so she was the first in the car ride line. She was at every school field trip. So we didn't grow up wealthy. Mm-hmm. The concept of wealth was taught to me through KW.
Oh, yeah.
Of there's programs, there's opportunity. The wealthy don't have cash on hand. The wealthy are invested. The wealthy can access their money, but it's not sitting around.
Absolutely.
So that's the concept that now in my late 20s, I'm having with me and my partner on how are we diversifying our wealth? What does that look like? We don't need X amount in the bank account, mm-hmm. but we need X amount to build our life by design.
Yep.
If I want to be retired by 38, is my life going to be funded till the day I die? Last thing I want to do is run out of money. You see so many people these days that they get into their older age and they don't have money. Yeah. That's a terrifying concept to me.
Yeah. It's not fun going to the grocery store and you see someone's working that definitely shouldn't be.
Exactly.
And there should be more education on wealth for sure.
100%.
Investing is a big part of, I think, should be a big part of a lot of people's life. Whether that's investing in real estate or stocks or wherever you want to put your assets. There's a lot of different ways to do it.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And so many people don't understand that yet. And no one's taught it. Because we're young agents.
Yeah.
But even agents who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they all start in the same spot.
Yep.
The same chair that you interviewed with in my office is the exact same chair every single agent, a part of our company, has sat. Is right across the table from the team leader having a conversation about them. My first question to every person that walks in my door is, tell me about yourself. Because I want to know, who am I getting into business with?
Yeah.
I don't want to be into business with people that don't match our vision, don't match our goals. I want to be in business with people that are growth mindseted, that want to build a life by design, that keep our culture first. Because once you have your culture, your profit comes with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Goodness. Well, there's a lot of things that, we've talked about. So, I know you said that you were an agent and you were an ag teacher. Mm-hmm. So, how is your job different now? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel more fulfilled in what you do?
So, fulfillment's an interesting thing. Mel Robbins is one of my favorite authors right now. I'm on a huge Mel Robbins kick. And I don't want to mess up this quote that she says, so I'm going to read it kind of verbatim. Let me pull this up. It's just very simply to let them. People are going to do what they want to do. But your fulfillment, you're the only one that gets to decide that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So fulfillment to me is, how many people's lives can I impact before the day I expire on this earth? That's also what wealth can mean to me, is how many people's lives can I impact before I expire on this earth? Life's going to come, life's going to go. People are going to come, people are going to go. Friends are going to come, friends are going to go. Family members, same thing. So fulfillment is the impact that I can make. As a teacher, I can impact high school students, 168 a day that walked into my classroom, and I can teach them a variety of skills. Floral design, veterinary science, welding, I could teach that. At real estate, I get to help people with the largest transaction they're probably ever going to make.
Yep.
That's fulfilling. Being a teacher was fulfilling. As a team leader, I have an active license. 99% of my business is referred out to our agents in the facility. Because my fulfillment now comes from seeing our agents successful. Because our agents are profitable, we as the company will be profitable. Because we're not profitable unless our agents are closing transactions. That's fulfillment. So I've been fulfilled in my life at 27 multiple times. And I'm very blessed to say that I've had that opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I can say a lot of my friends that I graduated with right now, whether that's even high school or college, they're not. And I see that. And it makes me really sad that they don't get to experience that.
Mm-hmm.
That they're not yet thinking about life by design. They're also not thinking about growth mindset. Growth mindset is huge to me. If you can't have a growth mindset, if you're afraid to take a risk, that's kind of not my type of thing.
Yeah.
Risks are scary. Risks are terrifying, actually. But you're guaranteed to miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%.
That tide's going to come, and it's going to get easier, but it's also going to get hard.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's going to come back, and it's going to be easier. Life's a cycle. And that's why I love it. Fulfilled is going to be whatever you define it to be. If you get stuck in the rut, it's only up to you how long you stay there.
Yeah.
At any time in your life, you are 1 second away from changing your life. And no one can change your life but you. There's no fairy godmother that's going to come down and wave a magical wand and you're going to have a beautiful ball gown on. You're the one that has to go out and impact somebody's life to make a transaction, to purchase that ball gown, to whatever that is after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, 5 years ago, I doubt you saw yourself here.
Oh my gosh, you could have told me, Tyler, in 5 years you're going to be a team leader of Keller Williams, the Woodlands Magnolia. I'd have laughed really, really hard.
So, my question is, where do you think you'll be in 5 years?
Where do I think I'll be in 5 years?
That's the interview question everybody asks you. So, I
That
feel
is.
like you should know that.
And I have multiple answers for that question.
Okay.
In 5 years, I'm in a very loving, fulfilling relationship right now. My partner is probably one of the best people on earth. Keeps me very grounded. I'm the very wild person in our relationship. Let's go do that. Ooh, let's go bungee jump. Ooh, let's go do this. Ooh, let's go do that. Also a homebody at the end of the day. So,
You can bungee jump at your own house? That's crazy.
Well, you go to Mexico and you're like, hey, let's jump off that cliff. That'd be a fun experience.
Me and you are very different.
But, throughout the work week, you're like, let's just not.
Yeah.
So my partner keeps me very grounded in that. And love him for that. But in 5 years, I plan for us to be fulfilled. Continue to be fulfilled. Whether that's, I'm still in a team leader role. Whether I'm an owner-operator. Whether I invest in KWs. Whether I'm coaching. Whether I'm growing a mega team. That course is still yet to be unknown. Because at any time, you're 1 second away from making the biggest life change of your life. Just came back from KW's mega camp.
Oh yeah, how was that?
The line that has stuck with me, of course, Gary and the team is amazing, but it came from the CEO Summit, which is the top people in the room. And this guy came on the stage, and I was like, okay, he's a young guy. I'm going to connect with this one. Instantly, I knew. His energy, his passion, who he is, his character. I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to this one. And he's talked about choose your heart. Being lazy is actually really hard. Getting up in the morning is really hard. Being wealthy is hard. Being fulfilled is hard. Being successful is hard. Being a realtor is hard. Being a teacher is hard. But also showing up for your family is hard. Taking, one of your agents leaves a company. That's hard. Going home and showing up for your partner, that's hard. So choosing your heart is a huge thing, and it's stuck with me. I even put it on my wall in my office of every day I'm the only one that gets to decide which path I'm going to go on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that gets to say, I choose this today. You can wake up and say, I'm going to have a great day. Or you can wake up and say, I choose anger.
Yeah.
I choose, like Mel Robbins, 5-second rule. Alarm goes off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet hit the ground. Do not push that snooze button. Don't do that because you want to be athletic. You want to lose weight. Choose your hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go on that morning walk around the block. Doesn't have to be a run. Doesn't have to be a jog. Doesn't have to be a 6-mile hike. Just move your body.
Mm-hmm.
Being connected in your faith. That's hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open up whatever you believe and read just 5 seconds of it.
Mm-hmm.
One line. Whatever. You want to be smarter. You want to learn about wealth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Figure out what you're reading about wealth. Figure out what you're reading about business. Figure out what you're reading about technology. There's a million things you could study at any given time.
That's true.
Education will never stop for a professional.
Absolutely.
The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing, which is the day me and that person probably have to have a hard conversation on, which are the days that I want to avoid.
Yeah.
Because I'm passionate about growth. The teacher inside of me is always going to be there.
Absolutely.
Let's keep learning. Let's keep growing. It's not rinse, lather, and repeat. It's growth.
Well, that's something someone shared with me when I first got into real estate, and I don't remember who it was, but I've held on to it the whole time. They said, once you stop learning, get out of the business because you're in the wrong one. And that's how I felt about, the food industry. Yeah. I had been in the food industry since I was 16, and I had done it all the way up to GM, and I was like, I have nothing more to learn here. Mm-hmm. There's nothing else that I can do. I don't feel fulfilled anymore. Yeah. I want to do something different. And so when I stepped into real estate, it felt right. I scored high on my test. I, chose the right brokerage. It was natural. And every day I'm learning something new about real estate. It's constantly changing. Mm-hmm. And so...
That means we're still doing our job.
Yes. Good. Yeah. Yes. But that's something that stuck with me since the very beginning is once you stop learning, get out of the business. Because you've done it for too long. It's not the right place for you. And I don't think that's ever going to be the case with real estate. Because, I've known people who have been in the business.
Technology changes. Mm-hmm. Contracts change.
Yep.
I still meet agents that don't know the contract changed last year.
What?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, boy.
But it's just making sure you're in those conversations with people.
Yes.
Being supported. Having that sense of belonging. That's what's so unique.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're coming to the end of the podcast. We've got 3-4 minutes left. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
I would say to everybody watching, stick to that idea of you're 1 second away from your next big opportunity.
Okay.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Okay.
Guaranteed. Whether that's relationship. I am blessed to say that I have found a person that once is okay with my growth mindset and my crazy ideas. I'm blessed in the fact that I have my sister and niece and my brother-in-law so close. We get to see them all the time. I know a lot of people say that they don't get to see their family. Then you put it into perspective of, okay, if I see my parents once a year, my parents are in their mid-60s. Average life expectancy in the United States is 78.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dad's 65. You're going to tell me that I'm going to get to see my dad 13 more times? Puts it in a perspective of now we show up more. We spend quality time more. We make it an effort more. We put our health first. We put our nieces first. That's a huge thing to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So showing up, getting dressed, wanting to learn something, that's the thing that everybody should always remember. Is that tide, it's going to make your feet sink. But that tide is also the thing that's going to allow that sand to loosen, you to be able to lift your legs out of that sand and take that next step forward. The water's going to come. It's going to get high. But also the water goes out and it allows you to breathe. And that's where you find your passion.
All right, the last thing I'll ask you is if you could go back to right then when you first were a new agent, what would you tell yourself?
As a new agent, so I just got licensed.
You just got licensed, you walked into KW, you walked out of your interview. What would you say? You bumped into yourself in the parking lot.
I would have to tell myself a couple of things. One, it's expensive.
It's expensive. People don't tell you that.
People don't tell you
Why
that.
Why do they not tell you that?
People don't actually tell you you're opening a business. Yeah. You're a business owner.
This is not a job.
Treat it like that. Mm-hmm. This isn't a 9 to 5. being a business owner is a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You chose it, live it.
Yeah.
Second thing I'd say is opportunity is going to present itself. Don't be afraid of it. The amount of people that I had to talk to whenever I took the job of being a team leader, talk to my friends, talk to a couple of my family members, talk to my partners, talk to everybody. And I was like, is this something I want to do? Is this something I want to do? Is this something I want to do? Just spend all this money to get a license. Walk through the door. Because that door has another door. That door has another door. You close the door, you're going to stay in the same hallway, and that same hallway is going to be the same thing you're getting. If you don't like your life now, you're going to keep walking down the same hall, or do you open a door? That door could be family. That door could be wealth, health, mindset. Open the door and walk through it. Don't be afraid of the opportunity. So it's expensive. Don't be afraid of opportunity. But also, slow down. So many people are running through business, client after client, commission after commission. Slow down.
Mm-hmm.
See it, feel it, experience it, understand it. Because when you slow down, that allows you to speed up. When you're spending time with your family, that allows those memories to be made. When you're spending time with that one client that needs that unicorn property, you're really going to understand their why. Having a why is everything. And being able to understand somebody's why is also everything. So making sure you understand that is huge.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate you. This is episode 11. We have one more episode before we've been doing it for a whole year. So I'm really glad that you came on. And I know you've watched a couple and, supported me along the way. So I really appreciate that. But now we'll move on, and hopefully we'll see somebody special next month. I don't know. I haven't decided who it's going to be. Thanks, guys. See you soon.